Hey, what is up guys? It is Silver Sun here and today I'm going to be giving you guys a review on the Dragon Ball Super episode 33. So yeah, pretty much this episode starts off obviously where the last episode left off, and basically Goku's fighting Botomo, I believe, the big bear, yellow looking guy, and pretty much he's fighting him but he can't lay a finger on him. Like he's punching him but like his punches aren't doing anything. Like basically Baltimore's just bouncing around and stuff like that because he's like really slippery and like pretty light surprisingly, but pretty much he's just like bouncing around and like catching Goku off guard and stuff like that, and he's shooting out all these blasts from his mouth and whatnot, and basically Goku's just like he's not really trying his hardest obviously because that's for later in the episode, but for right now he's pretty much just trying to figure out a way not to lose to this guy because he was kind of like he couldn't hurt him. Like he shot a Kamehameha at him and everything, and it didn't do anything. But pretty much they're just fighting, and then pretty much Goku uses his head for once, and he pretty much grabs his legs, and he basically like pulls him to the edge of the ring, and then he grabs his hand, and then he just throws him out the ring basically, and then pretty much everyone's cheering and whatnot, and they're just like super excited that Goku won that match and whatnot. And pretty much Champa's just sitting there like, oh, how could this happen? Like before he seemed so weak and stuff like that on Beerus's planet, but now he's like actually defeating some of my fighters and stuff like that, and he was just going out crazy. But basically, after that happened, pretty much Goku goes on to fight. Uh, I believe his name's Frost. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting these names. Like they're kind of like Baltimore, Frost, Nakaka, I think. I know one of them was Hit and then the other one was Kabe, but focusing on Frost, pretty much he comes in and then Goku's just thinking like, oh, your universe is six Frieza and stuff like that, so you're probably like the same thing, but that's obviously not the case because pretty much Frost just comes up to him and he's just like, oh, I hope we have a good match, I'm really excited for this and stuff like that, and then he like holds out his hand for him to like shake and whatnot, and pretty much Goku's just like, oh, well, okay, yeah, I'm excited too, and whatnot, and then pretty much he goes over to where Goku and his friends are saying, like the audience, and pretty much he's just saying, like, I hope you guys enjoy this fight and stuff like that. I hope that, one day I could shake your hand and get to know you people better and stuff like that. And then pretty much everyone's just like, oh, well, he's obviously not like how Frieza was, he's definitely a lot nicer and whatnot. And pretty much that's like the main point of this match. And it kind of was predictable near the end, like you could tell what was going to happen. But anyways, starting the fight, pretty much they're just fighting in their base forms and whatnot, and it's actually pretty good. Like I have to say, the animation in this episode at some points were a little bit wonky, just a tiny bit, but I think that the choreography and the animation itself is pretty good. I mean, um the art, it's mostly just the art, like those still frames and stuff like that. They looked a little off at some parts, but most of the time it looked pretty good. It's going pretty well, but then again, I feel like it's going a little fast, because it's kind of catching up to the manga at this point. Like the first half of this was Botomo fighting Goku, and then it's Frost fighting Goku. We're already down like two fighters and stuff like that in one episode, so it's just going a bit fast. But focusing on the fight, pretty much they're just going at it back and forth, flying up and down the arena. Goku shooting ki blasts at him, and like it's shooting everywhere. Like it almost shoots the crowd, like the audiences like that, but they're protected by a little forceful bubble around their chairs and whatnot, but pretty much he's just like shooting ki blasts trying to get him, but he can't and whatnot, and pretty much Goku's just like, since you're like Frieza and whatnot, I'm pretty sure you can transform like him and whatnot, and then pretty much he transforms into his third form, which looks a lot like Frieza's third form, and I'm actually glad that they brought this back because I felt like this was kind of like one of the most unique transformations of his and stuff like that, but pretty much he's just saying like, oh, um, this is my final form, which obviously it wasn't. Even Vegeta found this out. He knew immediately, this wasn't his final form, but pretty much Goku didn't know that just yet. And then pretty much Goku turns into a Super Saiyan and goes all out against him, and pretty much they're fighting each other and whatnot. And then it's pretty obvious that Goku's kind of, beating him pretty badly and whatnot, but eventually Goku catches on, and he pretty much realizes, hey, this can't be your final form, um, if you want to have a good match, we have to go all out, like full power and whatnot. So pretty much he powers up again to his final form, and then it looks pretty similar to Frieza and whatnot, obviously, but I don't know, like, to be honest, I kind of, like, especially coming off of Resurrection F, it just feels kind of repetitive in that regard, seeing the same forms. I wish they could have been at least a little bit more creative with it, but it is what it is. Basically, he just transforms to his final form, and pretty much Goku and him are fighting, and basically they were saying stuff like Frost was like a really good guy in Universe 6, like he has like this army pretty much, and like he like just saves people and whatnot. Like he's like this general guy essentially, and pretty much he just like gets like a whole bunch of peace prizes and stuff like that. He loves the children from Universe 6 and whatnot. He's just basically an all around good guy, and pretty much this is how they get you. They're pretty much just saying he's pretty much like just saying like oh, if I don't win this match, then Sampa won't help me, assist Universe 6 and all the evil guys in that universe and stuff like that. If I can't do that, then how am I going to be able to, protect all those people? And basically everyone's just saying like, oh, this is terrible. Like, I don't know who to cheer for, Goku or Frost and whatnot. And pretty much they were just feeling sorry for him and whatnot. Even Goku, I believe. I mean, it didn't really show him. Like, I'm pretty sure he did feel sorry for him because basically they're fighting, right? And Goku's just like wrecking him basically. Like, he's pretty much just going in, punching him and whatnot, dodging all his attacks and stuff like that. But pretty much I believe he lets him, knock him out, and pretty much he punches him once, and then Goku just like gets kind of tired, and then he, goes to like the edge of the ring, and then he just like falls out and whatnot, and then pretty much everyone's just like all like, all shocked, pretty much like what happened, why he fall out the ring and stuff like that. And then Frost is obviously shocked to this as well, pretty much, and then the episode just ends from there in a cliffhanger and whatnot. But all in all, I thought this episode was really good. I'm really excited with how this tournament's going around and whatnot. I think it's really epic and cool, and I can't wait to see the next part. And and seeing how this plays out and whatnot. I can't wait to see how the other people are gonna fight, like Kabe or Hit or the big robot guy. I think his name's Manaka. No, could be Monak. No. Oh my gosh, I'm already messing up. Manaka's the guy on Universe 7. I still can't wait for him to fight too, because obviously he's the second strongest person Beerus has fought. So can't wait to see how that goes into play. But yeah, pretty much that's about it for this episode. I thought it was really good. Tell me what you guys thought. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think the animation was good this episode? Did you think that the fights were good and whatnot? And yeah, that's basically about it for me, guys. And until the next one, Silver Sun is out.